All right. So 20, I'm not sure if you guys heard, but a little birdie told me today that a certain gentleman, he's out there in LA. Some people know him by Dwayne Johnson. Some people know him by the People's Champ. Lately, he's been called the final boss. He decided to take to Instagram. And before we get into it, I want to show the video and then we'll talk about it.
He's walked many paths. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, the final boss, and also in his homeland, the proud holder of one of the highest titles in all of Samoa, High Chief COD.
I flew to Samoa with my family at the request of His Highness Head of State, the Paramount High Chief, Malietoa Tunamufili II, where I had the great honor and privilege of participating in a beautiful ceremony and quite emotional ceremony where His Highness Head of State bestowed upon me the High Chief title of High Chief Seuli. His words to me were, "You are a son of the king. You are a son of Samoa. From this day forward, you will leave your boyish ways behind, and you will take with you our Samoan culture and our Polynesian culture wherever you go around the world."
Alex, Brock, the final boss, he was champ, the most electrifying man in all of entertainment. He came with some receipts. Meanwhile, everybody's fighting over tribal chief. This joker say, "You guys can have the tribal chief role. I'm the high chief." Lonnie, I want to hear from you, dude.
It goes from what we've been saying for with the latter part of last year.
Yeah.
I don't know the culture that well, but I would imagine a tribal chief is only over a tribe. A high chief is over the tribal chief, which is the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody still got to answer to somebody.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing to see this come to fruition. Why would he?
Yep.
I've never heard him say that.
I'm on record saying he was going to be the high chief.
Yeah. I think it's because his grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia, kind of passing that down too. But he didn't even mention that in the video per se. He meant if you read the contents of the actual video, the description part, he did write about that. So he's the high chief now. So what is that saying to me? I'm gonna make some decisions. So y'all go and have y'all match. See, this is what I'm interested in, fellas. It's being booked as CM Punk versus Seth Rollins as the main event. But we know it's very hard to follow Rock, Roman, when they're all together. It's very hard to follow that. So if CM Punk and Seth Rollins is the main event, when do they come in? Do they open this? You know what I'm saying? So what's going to happen? The match going to end and then he comes out? Or, you know what I'm saying? You know how WWE does it. When they have that many big matches, or if it's double matches like Rumbles, Money in the Bank, one's going to start the show, one's going to end the show. So I would think the Tribal Combat is probably going to start the show. Because it's too big to put next to the CM Punk. Because, even though they can probably hold their own, but back to back like that, the crowd's going to be warm.
Man, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him in the beginning.
You know what I'm saying?
Telling you, man.
Literally. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And then think about everything else you got going on tonight. You got Cena coming back. You got Rhea and Liv. You got Jey Uso and Drew. You got the mystery partner Ray. You got so much going on. And then whoever else knows what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Triple H might slap Kevin Owens this time for all we know.
And he might. But, I will see about that. But I him saying that to me, I go back and say, there's one thing I say, and I, pass on the Rock. When the Rock was asked in an interview, maybe on SportsCenter, I'm not sure. He was talking about something, maybe a movie, but they asked him about WrestleMania. He said, we're on the 1 yard line for the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. This is why I always go back to it being Roman and Rock. Because I'm sorry, Cody and Rock could be good, but it's not the biggest match of all time. It's not. It'll be great. But it won't be the biggest match of all time. Not right now. Not in my opinion.
We was talking about before, why he just not saying it, because from the footage, looks like it was like when Rock was doing Hollywood, or he was like kind of smaller, like back in the day.
Organ tone
So why
stuff and
would
all
he,
that.
yeah, so why would he bring it up before?
That
And
dude
probably
Brown.
just like that, a private family thing. But maybe he's saying, now that I'm in this position, or it probably couldn't be on TV at that time. But now that he's in the final boss position, an actual boss in the company, and he's the high chief COE, if I say it, I think I'm saying it right. I don't know. But and so he's able to make more decisions and able to put more out, and it's the perfect time to do it. And so that's why I love him putting it out now. I feel like Solo may win this, and Solo will finally be crowned officially, not just to take it like Paul Heyman said. Solo took it from Roman Reigns' bag. He don't have to steal it anymore. It's placed on him, and
From
then
an elder.
from an elder, yeah, because we're talking about because the Wild Sun ones are gone, and nobody's talking about Rikishi showing up. So who else is it? The high chief, and we'll make it official and put that on Solo, and then it'll lead to what Lonnie was just saying: Rock and Roman, WrestleMania 41 in Vegas.
Yeah, this thing
Make it happen. Make it happen.
And the one thing I would add to it real quick, Sean, before you go, bro. One reason that I said it earlier, the real reason that I think Solo should win, because if Solo doesn't win, not to say WWE doesn't have a plan for him, but if Solo doesn't win, where does he go?
Mm-hmm.
Roman could be fine either way. You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of know what the path he's going to take, at least for a couple of months in terms of WrestleMania. But where does Solo go after? If he loses the Tribal Chief, the Ula Father, and he said and if you saw on SmackDown last week, and if he's saying that he would acknowledge Roman Reigns, does he have a tribe after that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Because, to your point, Roman Reigns still doesn't really have a tribe. He's got just people he can call on.
Mhm.
So Roman really doesn't have a tribe. If Solo was to lose this, I can't see someone like Jacob just standing by loss after loss after loss. So it has to be Solo Sikoa winning this tribal combat. Or the final boss can do what he wants. He can crown himself high chief and tribal chief.
I don't know how that would work, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what they fight over, though? So many questions, man. We gotta wait. We gotta let it cook. We gotta let it cook.
But I can see Solo winning because it has to be an elder. It has to be an elder to pretty much ordain you or anoint you as a tribal chief, right? Because that's Roman Reigns' claim to the legitimacy of him being a tribal chief is that the Wild Samoans, they pretty much placed that role on him, and no one's placed it on Solo Sikoa. So I can see The Rock playing a big role in this, right? But a lot of people have pointed out that Paul Heyman on SmackDown, he did the same thing The Rock did. He said 1, 2, 3, signifying like The Rock did at Bad Blood when he stood on the stage, said 1, 2, 3. They're saying, is Paul Heyman linked to The Rock?
I think he is. Because I said before, Paul Heyman has been with faces, but not for very long. You know what I'm saying? Think about, was it when CM Punk lost his title to The Rock in 2013, I believe. And then CM Punk went on to, he lost again. He went on to face The Undertaker. Then he took some time away. And then at SummerSlam, he came back and fought Brock. It was the Beast versus the Best, right? Right, RC? The Beast versus the Best.
Mhm. Yeah.
Both sides was Paul Heyman on that.
Wasn't it CM Punk?
Yeah, both. He was at both of them at the same time. But early that year, they were healed. So I think at some point, he might have, I think CM Punk would end up being on his own. When Brock Lesnar started going over again, what Paul Heyman cost him the title with the Big Show. Anyway, Curry. I don't come on, man. I don't see him being with a face for a long time, which is why think about it. You haven't seen a lot of him and Roman together since Roman came back, have you? They've barely been there together. You know what I'm saying? So I think he is, but
I still want to know, why did Paul Heyman not pick up his call that night?
Yeah. You got, who's paying the phone bill? You know what I'm saying? Who's getting
the final boss?
Hey, that's I think it's all going to make, and I still want to keep. I say it again. I remember that Bad Blood. Y'all heard me say this a million times on this show. You know what? I'm gonna keep hunting this dog because he said this part of the plan. Solo said
He did.
this part of the plan. There's a fan video. And Solo said it's part of the plan when The Rock showed up. It's part of the plan. Why would they allow that to kind of go out there like that? Why would he say that on camera like that, knowing they're gonna post?
Right. So does this, and we're just flowing here. Does this, if Solo wins Tribal Combat, does Solo go after Gunter or does he go after Cody? Because eventually Randy Orton's going to be in the mix between Cody and Kevin. I'm thinking Kevin gets RKO'd at Royal Rumble and loses that match.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead, Trump. You go ahead, because I'm really chewing this one a little bit.
I mean, all that depends on where everybody goes in the transfer window. And the only person that really makes the decision between what belt we're going out there is who wins the Royal Rumble. And so Solo might be just like everybody else. We're going for who wins the Royal Rumble. We're going to try to win the Royal Rumble. And he's going to try his best to get his guys in there same time he is, because Jacob, Tama Tonga Lord, whenever he comes back, are going to protect Solo and try to help him win the Rumble. So that could be what he goes towards. But like I said, it just a transfer window. It just kind of every time like this comes around this, or it was a draft, it kind of holds things up about what we could see really, because we don't know where everybody's going to be. But we all know everybody's going to win the Royal Rumble, and that's what's clear at the moment. And so that's what I see him going after as the tribal chief.
Let me cut this promo.
This is so good.
Let me cut this promo like The Rock did a couple of years ago in 2002, I believe.
All right.
This Royal Rumble is going to be different than any other Royal Rumble. Apparently, everybody's going to win the Royal
No,
Everybody's going to hold us. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Big Show, the coach, the cameraman. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to win the Royal Rumble, right? But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it right now, because I didn't know, because I was there last year in Tampa, in St. Pete rather. I didn't know it came down to Cody and CM Punk, and I was going for Cody, but I wasn't sure he was going to win. But now that I think about it, how many times they kept saying, when's the last time somebody won back to back? Now, I look at it, and honestly, my prediction for winning the Rumble this year is CM Punk. Still going to stick with that. Could be wrong, but I think it's going to be CM Punk. If I had to back up, I say Seth Rollins. But none, because I think a Raw side has to win this year, because I think the SmackDown side going to be locked in.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be locked in more quick. You know what I'm saying? You're going to take Roman out of it. I'm sure assuming he's going to enter the Rumble. I'm assuming Solo might enter it, things like that. That direction. Now, what I would be surprised about, well, maybe not surprised, but what I would be interested to see, also, you talked about Big E going in. What The Rock is a surprise entrance to number 30.
Jeez.
Very possible. Very possible is The Rock. He's going to do what he want to do. But my question is, for you saying CM Punk is your pick, will he pull in his favorite to get that last spot in the Royal Rumble as the favorite?
Is that a wasted
I
favor,
don't know how
though?
far he will do it.
Would it be wasted?
I don't think so.
I mean,
the last
he could learn from last year. I don't know. But that could be the favor. I don't know how Paul Heyman could do it, but getting that number 30 has been winning a lot more lately.
What?
And so that's an advantage.
But I mean, so think about the long-term story planning here. When CM Punk came back, I think he was either the night after he came back, he's walking in the back. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but he's about to knock on the Bloodlines locker room, right? Knock on it. And that to say, look at where we are now, right? Just those little details, right? So nothing is wasted, like you say, Crump, nothing is wasted. But we're talking about The Rock being number 30 or CM Punk being number 30. But we got a man that we can now see that he's going to be on the Raw January 6th. And this is his retirement tour. Who's to say he won't be number 30?
Well, he probably would, because he ain't trying to. I don't think he's trying to work that long in the Royal Rumble. So I don't think so. But Cena, he's a hard worker.
You don't think so? I can see Cena being number one. him fighting the last four at least. Like I said, it's his last goal. Why wouldn't Cena do something like that? It's his last Royal Rumble. Why would he try to what do they call it? Coast to coast, or bell to bell?
If The Rock wrestling like if he doing what he doing at 52, your boy CM Punk, I mean not CM Punk, but your boy Cena, he's in pretty good shape too.
Yeah. And I seen lately, he was like, he getting back, he trying to get back in that ring shape. If he trying to do a whole year, not every show, but a lot of days, that means he blocked out time, but from movies or a TV show probably. So he's in this for the long haul. This is his last goal. He loved WWE, he loved wrestling. So that's why he's even doing this. So why would he give it all, be number one? Him being number one, CM Punk number 30 as the favor, because you're saying, why would it be wasted? The favor could have been wasted with Paul Heyman. They could have lost. That favor could have been wasted also from that end. So now we're going back. Oh, I'm number 30. That gives me an advantage to get towards the main event that has eluded me all this time.
Right.
That's the perfect place to get my favor. So that talking about predictions, that's one of my predictions. Cena number one, CM Punk number 30.
But then we got Elimination Chamber too. That probably has some high stakes for the title as well.
Yeah, somebody. See, and that's another thing. Then I guess typically they might do like how they do, men's, women, the winner go to WrestleMania or something like that, or it may even be like a mid-card title. They did that before too. So I don't. They made the change. I'm not thinking much about it right now, with the exception that they're going to be where WrestleMania 18 was, well, it used to be called the Sky Dome, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, WrestleMania 6, none between the Raw on Netflix debut, Saturday night's main event, and the Royal Rumble itself, because we are less than a month away from the Royal Rumble. It's on February 1st. So we're already less than a month away from it. So things will start picking up here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We about to crown our first IC Women's Champion. We about to see potentially what's going to happen with all these stories that's going on. They're still kind of carrying on right now. But you're going to see a lot of people coming back right now because it's WrestleMania season.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know, man. It's wow. Get
like
your
you
popcorn
say,
ready. Get your popcorn ready.
A lot of meat on that bone.
A lot of meat on that bone.
Raw coming on January 6th. The first Raw on Netflix. If you guys don't have it, get it. Watch that Raw. It's going to be WrestleMania-esque Raw. I mean, the card